Good morning. Welcome to biology class. Today we are going to start chapter 9, Heredity and Evolution. Children, you know that sexually reproducing species, they are not identical. The offsprings of the same parents are not exactly alike. They are dissimilar in character, and the members of the same species, they are also dissimilar, and they are known as variations. So the dissimilarities of characters between members of the same species are called variations. Now variations, they are small if an organism reproduces asexually, because only one parent is involved in asexual reproduction, and changes appear due to some changes in DNA replication. But in asexual reproduction, variations occur due to random assortment of genetic material during gamete formation, crossing over, dwell percentage, and random union of gametes in fertilization, and changes in genes or chromosomes. So, variation accumulates and are passed on to new generation. So, here parent. So, from the parent, two daughters, again from one, two daughters, again from one, two daughters. Okay. Now all variations, they are not useful to the organism. Their survival value in the population depend on their utility to the organism. Environmental supports the multiplication of those variations which are advantageous to the organism. So let's come to heredity. Like Beckett's like, that is, resemblance exists between parents and their offsprings. And all the plants and animals, they have the ability to produce their offsprings of their own kind. Like mango plant, it gives rise to mango plant only. An egg of a housefly on development forms a housefly. Resemblance between the offsprings and the parents is due to the fact that offsprings, they inherit certain characters from the parents. So heredity includes those characters which are transmitted from generation to generation. And the transmission of biological characters from parents to offspring is termed as inheritance. All the organisms may have special characters which are inherited from parents to offsprings, and these characters are known as hereditary characters. Like color blindness, brown or blue eyes, baldness, curly hair, all these are the hereditary characteristics. The variations are hereditary and environmental. Hereditary variations are difference in inherited traits, and traits which are present in parents can reassort and they give rise to different combinations during gamete formation. Now this is responsible for hereditary variations within the same program, and environmental variations are due to environment. Now Gregor John Mendel, who is known as the father of genetics, he done many experiments on pea plant, and he concluded many laws related to genetics. So he selected garden pea Physampsatyrium as his experimenting material. Because the pea plant, it was easy to cultivate, and from one generation to the next generation takes only single growing season. Flowers are large and bisexual in nature. Pollination can be easily controlled in this plant, and normally the pea plant is self-fertilizing, so selfing presented no difficulties. He observed 7 characters in a plant. He took seed shape, seed color, flower color, pod shape, pod color. So 7 pairs of contrasting characters is taken by the Mendel for study. Now Mendel selected pure variety which breed true to the character for 3 years, like pure tall variety and self-fertilization produce only tall plants. He considered 1 pair of characters at a time. He crossed a pure tall variety with a pure dark variety. He removed anthers of one plant before the pollen matured so that self-pollination could not take place. Then pollens, they are collected from other plant and transferred to the stigma of first plant, which was then covered with a bag to prevent any extraneous pollen reaching its stigma. Plants of this generation, they were tall, and this generation it is known as first phylum generation or F1. So plants of F1 generation, they are allowed to self-pollinate and seeds were collected. Again these seeds were counted and allowed to grow into new plants, and it constitutes the second phylum generation or F2. So in this generation, tall and dwarf plants, they show 3:1 ratio. Now again, plants of F2 generation, they were allowed to self-pollinate and seeds were collected, and again these seeds were counted and allowed to grow. The result of F3 generation showed that dwarf plants gave rise to dwarf plants only. 1/3 tall plants gave rise to tall plants only, and remaining tall plants gave rise to tall and dwarf plants in the ratio of 3:1. Mendel's used different terms. Number 1, hybrid. Hybrid means offsprings of genetically dissimilar parents. Hybrids are formed by crossing individual organisms of different constitutions. Now, hybrid is heterogeneous. Allelomorph or allele. Allele indicates alternative forms of the same gene. It is a pair of contrasting characters of which one is dominant and the other is recessive. Dominant and recessive. In crossing between a pair of organisms with pure contrasting characters, only one character of the pair appears in F1 generation. So the character which appears, they are called as dominant, and the other which lies latent, it is called as recessive. Phenotype and genotype. Now phenotype, only visible characters are considered. The individuals having similar external characters without considering their genetic compositions are phenotypically alike. Genotype defines only the complement of genetic material that an organism inherits from its parents. Homozygous and heterozygous. The two individual genes in a particular gene pair, they are known as alleles. That is, for height character, there are 2 individual genes, one for tallness and one for dwarfness. In some cases, alleles are identical, That is, a tall plant carries two identical alleles, capital T and capital T. When a gene pair in an organism contains two identical alleles, the organism is considered homozygous. When two different alleles are present in a single gene pair, the organism is heterozygous for that gene pair. Monohybrid cross, when parents with contrasting characters are crossed and single character controlled by a single pair of genes, it is considered as the cross is called monohybrid cross. Dihybrid cross means when two characters controlled by two different pairs of genes are considered, the cross is called dihybrid cross. Back cross between hybrid and one of the parents, it is called as back cross. The difference between pure and hybrid individuals, difference between homozygous and heterozygous, we'll learn in our next class. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.